All right, let's just jump right in. We're going to break down one of the most epic sagas of our time, the complete 7-year journey of Harry Potter. We're talking the entire story, from that tiny cupboard under the stairs all the way to a final battle that literally changed the world.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? This is the mystery at the very heart of the whole thing. And yeah, there are wands and flying broomsticks, but that's not what it's really about. It's about how things like courage and love and friendship can stand up to pure, absolute evil. So, where do we start? Well, it all begins with a boy who has no idea he's special. He thinks he's completely, painfully ordinary. This part of the story, it's all about that discovery, like peeling back the wallpaper of his boring life to find this incredible, magical world hiding right there, just out of sight. And wow, what a reveal it is. I mean, his life completely flips, like overnight. He goes from being this unloved kid stuck with the awful Dursleys to suddenly being whisked away to Hogwarts. It's there he finds his first real friends in Ron and Hermione, his first real family, really. And then he gets hit with a shocking truth about his past, that his parents didn't die in some car crash. They were murdered by the dark wizard Voldemort. And it all leads up to his very first face-to-face confrontation with that same evil, as he races to protect the Philosopher's Stone.
But here's the thing about Hogwarts. It's not just some cozy, magical school. As Harry gets into his second and third years, he starts to figure out that this castle, it has history. It has deep, dark secrets. And he realizes his own past is way more tangled and complicated than he could have ever imagined.
This is where you can feel the stakes get higher. So in year 2, the threat is, a literal monster inside the school walls, a giant basilisk, and Harry has to face off against this memory of a teenage Voldemort. But year 3, oh man, that's when things get personal. Now it's not a monster, it's a man, an escaped prisoner named Sirius Black, who is supposedly coming after Harry. And then you get these soul-sucking Dementors. They force Harry to deal with his deepest fears head-on, all before he uncovers this incredible truth about his own family. Okay, and right here, this is the pivot point for the entire series. Everything before this, all the mysteries, the dangers at school, that was all just a warm-up. Year 4 is where the game completely changes. The boogeyman that's been a ghost story for Harry's whole life, he's about to become terrifyingly, physically real. And the crazy part is, it all goes down during what's supposed to be this friendly competition, the Triwizard tournament. But Harry getting in, that was no accident. He's being pushed, manipulated, guided through every single deadly task. He faces dragons, he has to deal with merpeople. It's all designed to lead him to one specific place, the center of a maze. And he thinks he's going for a trophy, but it's a trap.
That tournament, it ends in a graveyard. There's a dark, twisted ritual. And just like that, after 13 long years hiding as a shadow of his former self, Lord Voldemort is back. He has a body. He has his power. And the war, it's on.
But here's the kicker. Nobody believes him. Or at least the people in charge don't want to. The Ministry of Magic goes on the attack, starting this whole smear campaign to make Harry look like a crazy liar. They even put the absolutely horrible Dolores Umbridge in charge of Hogwarts to squash any talk of Voldemort's return. So what do Harry and his friends do? They fight back. They form Dumbledore's army to teach themselves real defense. And this is when the true stakes are finally revealed. We learn about the prophecy. Neither can live while the other survives. They are locked in this destiny together. One has to kill the other, period. So now, Dumbledore is gone. The wizarding world is plunged into darkness. And this is it, the final act. School is over. This isn't about passing exams anymore. This is a desperate, dangerous hunt across the country, all to find the secret to Voldemort's very existence. And that's the question that hangs over everything, right? How can one person be immortal? I mean, think about it. Voldemort survived a killing curse rebounding on him when Harry was a baby. He survived for years as less than a ghost. How is that even possible? Well, the answer is one of the darkest, most twisted pieces of magic you can imagine, a Horcrux. The idea is you split your soul, you literally rip it apart, and then you hide those fragments in objects. By doing that, Voldemort basically tethered himself to the living world. So to kill him for good, you can't just kill his body. You have to find and destroy every single one of those soul fragments first. And just look at this list. The sheer scale of what they have to do is just terrifying.
Each one of these things is hidden, it's protected by powerful dark magic, and it literally poisons anyone who gets too close. And it's just the three of them, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, out there on their own trying to hunt these things down. And then comes the final gut-wrenching twist. The seventh piece of Voldemort's soul, the one he never even meant to make, it's inside Harry. And it all explodes at the final battle for Hogwarts. The climax is just one huge wave of revelations and incredible acts of bravery. First, we get Snape's true story, the whole tragic picture. He was protecting Harry, always. And with that knowledge, Harry does the unthinkable. He willingly walks into the forest to die, allowing Voldemort to destroy the piece of his soul that lives inside him. That sacrifice is what protects everyone else and sets up the final duel, where a now mortal Voldemort faces Harry and is finally utterly defeated. And just like that, it's over. 7 years of secrets, of fighting, of so much loss. The war is done. And after all that darkness, we finally get to see what they were fighting for the whole time. A future. A chance at peace. And peace does return. The story gives us this beautiful little glimpse, 19 years down the road. It shows us that our trio, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, they not only survived, they got to live full, happy lives. They got to have families. And the whole story just comes perfectly full circle, as we see them sending their own kids off to Hogwarts. The magic continues. You know, if you had to boil down this entire massive 7-year journey into one single idea, it would have to be this quote from Dumbledore. Think about it. Harry had all these connections to Voldemort. He could speak Parseltongue. He had a piece of Voldemort's soul living inside of him. But none of that is what defined him. At the end of the day, his choices did. Which kind of leaves us with one last big question to chew on, doesn't it? The prophecy said he was the one. So was it all just destiny? Was his victory written in the stars from the beginning? Or was it the thousands of little choices he made along the way? The choice to be brave when he was terrified, the choice to trust his friends, the choice to sacrifice himself, that truly forged him into the hero who could win the war. What do you think?